That's a very interesting subject. You know, if you look at what Congress makes, it's our salary pales in comparison. I was really happy to come back to the legislature because when I was there before it was only $15,000. So I got a nice raise by sitting out for 20 years. I'm going to be very interested to see what the voters decide. We have over 220,000 people that live in our district. And I calculated that if I worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, that I could spend 96 seconds with each constituent and do that once a year. Now that's long hours, and I calculated out at the, it comes out about $4 an hour at the number of hours I spend. So I think that it would be very fair to increase the salary. Now that's a very politically hot issue. I'm not going to go out and promote it. If it's on the ballot, I'm going to vote for it because I have an understanding of how much time it takes. A lot of the voters of Arizona believe that it is a part-time legislature. The reality of it is, if you do a good job, it is way more than a full-time job. 80 hours a week is not hard to do, especially when we run for re-election every 2 years. So I think that if the salary is not increased, that's not going to be a big problem because people who serve need to realize that it is a service of love for our country, love for our state. So I think it would make it easier on some people if they increase the salary, but I'm just really happy to let voters decide on that, interested in how the vote will come out. It usually fails, and that would be my expectation.
Yeah, I think that's an issue the voters will decide. No one runs for the legislature, or they shouldn't run for the legislature for the pay. It's a public service. You're running to serve the people of your district. And because you care about that area, you care about the state. So that's why I'm running. I do think there are things that we can do, though, to encourage more people to run, more people to be involved. One of those things that we can do at the legislature that won't be decided on the ballot is we could limit the session. It's an idea that's been kicked around to limit the session to only 100 days. And what that would do is it would allow people who have another job, who are interested in public service, to go to their boss and say, listen, I want to run for the legislature. I think it's something that I need to do. I can promise you that I will be done in 100 days. Whereas right now, you can't. Right now, it could be 100 days, it could be 150 days, it could be 200 days. We really don't know how long that session's going to last. And that makes it extremely difficult for someone to have a job and go to your boss and say, I'd like to run for the legislature. It might be 100 days, it might be 200 days, I don't know. Can I do it? You know, and they're probably going to say no. So that's one other thing that I think we can do. But once again, you're not running to the legislature for the pay. You're running to be a public servant. You're running to try to make a difference for the state. That's why I'm running. So whatever the voters decide, it doesn't matter. I think we need people to run who want to serve the state of Arizona.